and I'm high as fuck. I look like I'm on drugs. I look. What's up, y'all? So today I'm gonna just be telling y'all about all the times that about damn near got caught stealing from stores and shit like that, just being wild and young and so stupid. Before this video starts, I just want to say, don't be going to no store trying to steal no alcohol and nothing like that, because it's not worth it. You can dead ass lose your whole entire, you can like get a lot of stuff on your record for that. So just don't, steal from a store, period. Like, don't steal anything, because it's really a stupid mistake and you can fuck up your whole entire life doing that. But I'm gonna just be telling you about all those times that I was stupid enough to steal, and I almost got caught a lot of the times. So I'm gonna just tell y'all about it. So my sophomore year, I was like really big on like stealing from stores and like taking shit. Like if I was hungry, I was so bad, like I would go in the store and I would go get me some Sour Patch watermelons. It was just that bad. Like I felt like anything in the store for me could be free. Like I would go in there and snatch anything. I would just put it inside of my pants and just leave that store. If I wanted something to drink, I'd drink it in the store and lay that shit right down on like a Raiolac or something like that. So basically how this all went down, I used to work at McDonald's, and the McDonald's I worked at was literally right across the street from a Walmart. Rather I was smoking weed or I was like trying to get drunk when I couldn't afford it, and I never paid for the alcohol. And I don't drink anymore, by the way, because I used to be wild as fuck when I drink. I used to just go in the store, like walk across the street from the Walmart and go in the store whenever I wanted to and just take alcohol. And this was like a known thing for me to do. Like everybody at the job knew. Like this happened on so many times, like almost every weekend. I remember I would go over to the Walmart and steal alcohol. So it was like, I want to say like the fourth time I was doing it, and I was going back to like the little alcohol station that Walmart has. They still have it, by the way, too, because I like remember going in there like a month ago, I think, and going and seeing it. But they still have like this little area, and I would just go back there, take any of the alcohol, the vodka, the gin, the moonshine. That moonshine was so nasty from there because it comes in a little jar and it's like flavored. It's so nasty. But I would go in there and I would just try to take anything that I could as possible, like as much alcohol as possible. When it came to like getting the alcohol, I did not play games. Like I was like so serious about it. So like it became a routine for me to, like, every time I got off work, because like they barely gave me any hours. Like I'm wondering why. Because they barely gave me any hours, it just made it even more convenient for me to go to Walmart, then go back to the McDonald's, get like a large cup, fill it up halfway with vodka, and then go get it like lemonade or whatever, or Sprite or whatever, and just fill it up the rest of the way with it, and just hurry up and chug all that. And then this is so embarrassing, because now looking back, like I used to be so fucking stupid. Like just going back there, all the coworkers would just like sit there and laugh at me and record me. Like I would do the most stupidest shit. Like I remember this one time I was like drunk, but I was hungry. So I had one of the girls I was working at the time make me a hamburger, and you know who you are, but she ended up making me a hamburger, and I was like playing with it or whatever. And I don't even remember, like this one time I was walking back home and I almost got hit by a car because I was so drunk. I was like walking off to the side of the road apparently, and I figured that out because like this girl who I ended up talking to like months after all this had ended up telling me, like, one time you were walking and I almost ran you over. I was like, wow. I was drunk, and I knew I was drunk because that's the only time I walked down that road. Sometimes like during the school week I would go and steal alcohol. I was so wild my sophomore year. It was so crazy. So one time I was like in the Walmart, and like I went to go try to get me a little vodka bottle or two and put it inside of my pants, but like a coworker for Walmart started to like follow me around. So I'm like, I'm still have the stuff and it's in my pants, but I'm like walking around and I'm like, I have my hand, like, okay, so I would like put it inside of here, and then I would like hold my hands in my pocket like this, so nobody knew anything like that was going on. And plus I was like way bigger then, so it was easier to hide. And like I'd have like a big jacket for work too, so it was like easy for me to hide the alcohol and stuff like that. So like that one time, like the coworkers, like they started following me around. So like I was like getting nervous, so I'm like going up to like different coworkers, like asking where certain stuff is to make it seem like I'm trying to buy stuff. I was so wild back then. But I think every time I walked out that store, there was something that was low-key beeping, because now that I go to that same Walmart, because I was there just literally today, like I would hear like this little small beeping noise, but it wasn't like the things that were going off. It was like a small beeping sound, and I used to think that it was like me going off with it every time, and I'd like look back as I'm leaving the Walmart, then hurry up and try to get back across the street to my job. So it was just so fucking crazy. Don't steal from Walmart, kids. It was so fucking insane. Like, there's been so many times where like I showed up to work drunk, high, and all that type of stuff. If you want to hear the story time on when I smoked at work in the back in the fucking trash can area with most of the teen coworkers at the time, let me know down below, because that is a fucking story time right there. It was just not good at all. Like, and then the second time I almost got caught, I think I was like, it was like me and all these like hood rat people who I was hanging out with. Like, I don't know what we were trying to do. I think we were just like trying to all have a get together. We had like some weed or whatever, but like that wasn't enough. We needed to get drunk. So I had ended up suggesting that we go to Walmart and steal alcohol. So that's what we did, but like we wanted candy to go with it, because like we were seeing all this stuff on social media with like people mixing alcohol with like candy and like fruits and stuff like that. So we were like, we're doing that tonight, period. So we went there, we got like a whole bunch of gummy bears, lifesavers, all types of like candies and shit like that. And then on top of that, I still had alcohol. Like I had like 2 bottles of alcohol, vodka at that, in my thing. Just to remind you, the bottles of vodka that come in Walmart are not like glass bottles. They're like these little cheap like plastic bottles. I don't drink to this day. Like I find drinking so nasty, which I don't really know why I did it back then. Like that just proves like this one time I went to a BP and I stole like this, okay, so I skipped school before and I stole this, like, you know those little cookie sandwich things, and they come in like a packet or whatever. I tried to go in there and steal one of those because I was like a little bit high and I was hungry, and like I was skipping school, so I couldn't just go home and just eat. So I decided to go to a BP that was kind of near my house at the time, and ended up getting like actually caught there. And he like so I had it in my pants, and he like made me like take it out and stuff like that, and he was like, do you got anything else, this and that. So I like had to like show him like, there's nothing else inside of my fucking pants, can you just let me go? And then like it was so embarrassing because I was high, and then like as I was stealing it, like, and I was trying to walk out the store, he was like standing in front of me, and I did not know he was a coworker because they don't have like uniforms or anything like that. So he was like standing in front of me, and I'm like, excuse me, I'm like trying to get out of here, and he's like, excuse me, like, you just like stole some shit, like, can you give that back? I'm like, fuck. And it's so embarrassing because all these people were like watching me, and I'm high as fuck. I look like I'm on drugs. It's just over for me. It was so embarrassing. And then they say I'm not allowed to go back to that store, which it's just so weird that every time that we go to that gas station, I never end up having to go in. But and those same people probably still work there. But that's all that I really have for this video. I really hope that y'all enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure you smash that like, sub button, and please smash that subscribe button and comment some stuff that you want to see from me down below. And that's really all that I got for this video, like I said, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.